where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the new Transformers Super 7 Ultimates Tarn and Nickle from the IDW Comics. I've been waiting for this figure for years. This was a Christmas gift from my in-laws 2 years ago. And we're just now getting it. I don't know if this is the longest wait that fans have had to wait from Super 7 for some of their Ultimates. Now, this is from Wave 3 of the Transformers Super 7 Ultimates. I've reviewed all of Wave 1 on the Bay 12 YouTube channel. I haven't reviewed any of Wave 2. I haven't gotten any of Wave 2 yet. I still got to get the Megatron and the Bludgeon from Wave 2 for sure. Those were the ones I really wanted out of that wave. But I also have the Alligator-Con coming at some point from Wave 3 as well. That was another gift that I'm still waiting on. But Tarn is here, and Nickle is here, and I'm so excited to show these guys off to you, and also compare it to the new Tarn produced by Hasbro. Before this point, this was going to be the first affordable Tarn figure that's actually licensed for Transformers fans, because the other one was the Flame Toys one, and that's like a $300-400 figure. It's awesome. I don't have it in my collection, but it's awesome. So this was going to be a nice affordable option. And then years went by, and now Hasbro has put out a Tarn of their own, which is also awesome and actually transforms. This one, being a Super 7 Ultimate, does not transform. But this is still a really cool Tarn and a great figure. So first off, we have the outer sleeve. You got that nice metallic purple outline of Tarn. On the side, you've got his name, Tarn. On this side, it says Decepticon, which, perfect. He's the head of the Decepticon Justice Division. And on the back, you got a nice big metallic purple Decepticon symbol. And that's pretty much it for the outer sleeve. And here is the inner packaging. So there is Tarn there in the bubble. In true Super 7 Ultimates fashion, we have these nice angular packaging with a nice big bubble. Once you take that sleeve off, you get to see everything on the inside. And on the back, we've got some tech specs for Tarn, so we can see how strong he is and how intelligent and fast he is. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here is Tarn out of the packaging, and he is nice and huge. I mean, he's a large figure, good size. Ultimate is definitely the right word for this figure. Big and bulky, very imposing like Tarn is and should be as a figure. Nice detail. I love the light purple highlights. I love how the mask looks. The Decepticon logo mask is very angular, very pronounced, much like it is in the comics. Don't get me wrong. I like the Legacy Evolution Tarn a lot. This is a great figure, and I love that he transforms. But aesthetically, this one looks better, in my opinion, than this one does. I like this figure a lot, but this one definitely is a bit more comic book accurate in design than this one. Now, you could make the argument that Hasbro G1-ized him a bit, and sure, they probably did. And this one is still very comic accurate looking in his own right, but this one's just a little bit more so in my opinion. He is fully articulated, head is on a ball joint, neck is also on a ball joint there in the torso. Fully articulated shoulders, in and out, and I guess it comes off on that hinge there, but luckily it snaps right back into place, so we're good. All the way around there, upper bicep, single jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist, ab crunch, hips, soft rubbery plastic waist panel, which is kind of interesting. Doesn't really hinder mobility too bad. You can go out about this far before you start to push on it a little too much. upper thigh, single jointed knee. Forward and back on the ankles, you've got this mid-foot joint as well. No side to side on the ankles, just forward and back. You also get a fair amount of accessories, like his double barrel fusion cannon, and it's staggered, with one being a slightly different size than the other, much like in the comics. You could take this little bit off of his arm, and then this will plug in right where that little cover was. So he has his, oh, I knocked it right off. So he has his double barrel fusion cannon right there mounted on his arm, which definitely looks better to me than the one that came with the Hasbro Tarn, for sure. And he comes with a number of swappable hands. So he comes packaged with fists, but he also comes with this kind of grasping hand for his left hand, this almost blaster holding looking grasping hand like gesture for his left hand, these two claw like grasping like hand gestures for both hands, and this also trigger finger grasping like hand for his right hand, and this other grasping like hand for his right hand. So comes with symmetrical pairs of hands. He also comes with, set that aside for now, a swappable head where he is unmasked, which also looks very good. So we get to see the true face of Tarn, which is actually, spoiler alert if you haven't read the comics, Glitch, who broke all kinds of different machinery just at the touch, and later harnessed and focused that power into talking Cybertronians to death. That is a power Tarn has. He can literally talk you to death. I can't really explain it further than that, but consider it a Cybertronian superpower. He also comes with just the mask piece. Now, you can't just stick it onto the face and it stay on the other face sculpt, because it's just going to fall off like it did. But the fact that they included a swappable head where he is unmasked is very cool. Overall, this is a pretty great Tarn, despite it not transforming. Was it worth the wait? I mean, it's bittersweet. You know, it's nice that I finally have him in hand, especially after waiting on this figure for so long, and this is a really awesome Tarn figure. It's also a shame that it doesn't transform, which, once again, Super 7 is not known for making transforming Transformers. They make Ultimates and Reaction figures, which are both pretty popular and pretty awesome toy lines, and I collect both. I love Reaction especially. But, like I said, it's bittersweet. I'm kind of disappointed that I had to wait so long for this. I know there was all kinds of manufacturing issues that Super 7 probably had that they haven't really said out loud, and things like this happen, but I mean, usually a toy company says something about a significant toy delay when it's going to be, you know, a few months late or so on and so forth like that. But keep in mind, waves 2 and 3 were years, not just 1 year, at least 2 years late for wave 3 and about 2.5 years late for wave 2. So hopefully we've seen the last of those long stretches and significant delays, especially with waves 4 and 5 on the horizon for Super 7 Ultimates and Transformers, and hopefully they have some other really awesome characters in the works for other future waves that we have yet to see get revealed for their Transformers Super 7 Ultimates. And last but not least, here we have our pack-in companion figure, Nickle, the tiny little medic of the Decepticon Justice Division. So here she is. She is a little Decepticon character that the Decepticon Justice Division found, and she had some skill in Cybertronian biology, I guess, so she became their little medical officer. So she came packed with her little jetpack, which just plugs onto her back here, and two of her little tools that dangle from her chest here. So she has these little screwdrivers, which you can take off of the little hooks, and she can wield those in her hands for repair work on the DJD. Her arms articulate on the shoulder, her wrists articulate, her head is on a ball joint, waist is on a ball joint, nothing at the legs, unfortunately, which is my biggest complaint about Nickle. I wish she was fully articulated, but she's a nice little pack-in inclusion to go with Tarn, because Tarn, like I said, is a very large figure, so it's amazing they even packed in a bonus character at all. And this is so far the third Transformer character in the Super 7 Ultimates to do just that. The first of which was Bombshell, which was based off of the Action Master Bombshell from Europe, which came with Little Needler, and Banzaitron, which came with the little razor sharp Scorpion pack-in bot. And now we have Nickle packed in with Tarn. Overall, this is a pretty good release of Tarn. If you want the more comic accurate look, I would definitely go with this one over the Legacy Evolution one. And one of the funny notes I wanted to make about this is I find it super ironic that Super 7 did this guy as an Ultimates figure, considering he is so obsessed and addicted, actually, to transforming that he regularly burns out his transformation cog and has to have new transformation cogs transplanted to him from fallen Cybertronians that usually the DJG end up executing anyway. So it's not like he's not able to get more, but keep in mind, a transformation cog for a Cybertronian is one of their internal organs. It is a piece of their biology, because they are a type of biological organism in the universe, despite being made of metal. And so he is regularly burning through an organ because he is so obsessed with transforming that he has to have regularly new ones installed on a regular basis, which is totally funny to me that they made this a non-transforming figure. So, absolutely hilarious. And I really love the little Nickle. Adding the Nickle really puts the value of this guy over the top, especially considering the value of the other Tarn, the Legacy Evolution Tarn, has gone up pretty much to right around where the retail value of the Ultimates Tarn is. So if you're looking for a good Tarn in your collection and you can't get a hold of the Legacy Evolution, check some online retailers and see if you can find this one, because this one's awesome and it's a 2-pack, and there's no other way to get an official licensed Nickle right now. So there's more bang for your buck there just with the Super 7 Ultimate release. Guys, stay tuned for more Transformers reviews and check out all the other awesome toy review content here on. Check out Bay 12. Make sure you check the main website, cooltoyreview.com, daily for all kinds of daily toy-related news and other toy content. If you like Star Wars content, check out Rebelscum.com, the world's oldest and largest Star Wars fan website not owned by Disney, where both I and Nick contribute a lot of Star Wars toy-related content too. And like and subscribe to the Rebelscum.com YouTube channel. Also, Rebelscum.com is officially hosting their first ever convention in their long history of being online. Check out the first official Rebelscum Con next year, June 27th through the 30th in Allen, Texas, right in the heart of North Texas. The convention will be located at a pretty reasonable distance from just about anywhere within the continental United States, so it's a pretty quick plane ride for those who have to travel. And you can book your experience today on Rebelscumconventions with an S.com. Once again, that's Rebelscumconventions.com, where you can get your weekend event passes as well as book your hotel stay, and you get a special discounted rate as well as free parking if you book through Rebelscumconventions.com. Check out collectorsoracle.com, our free archival website. It has mostly Star Wars toys and collectibles on there now, but we are in negotiations to add other brands and merch in the future, so you can archive all kinds of awesome stuff absolutely free in your collection digitally on collectorsoracle.com. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
Let's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.